Yeah, 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 yeah. All right, we are live on YouTube. How's everyone doing today? It is a little less windy today than yesterday, just a little bit. So this should be a little bit of an easier walk for the audio. There were a few parts on the show yesterday that were a little bit choppy due to wind. The windscreen does as best as possible, but it's not perfect. Nothing's perfect, right? Hey, body repair guy Raleigh, how are you doing? Welcome to the show. Great to see you here. All right, we're good to go. Welcome to Navigating the Modern World with Eli, the Walking with Purpose live edition, live from the San Francisco Bay Trail here at Bear Island in beautiful Redwood City, California. Climate best by government test. It's about 68 degrees right now. Slight breeze, maybe a little bit more than a slight breeze, but a nice evening for a healthy walk. This is episode number 794. And today we're going to be discussing, it amazes me how many people choose to be miserable. And it is a choice. One more time. It amazes me how many people choose to be miserable. And it is a choice. And I'm sorry, there's a little bit of wind hitting me. I'm hoping you can still hear me. We got some people popping off the trail. So I'm going to wait for a second. I hope you've had a great day, folks. Hope all has been well for you. You sound pretty clear. Well, thank you. Appreciate that. Hope you're having a good day, says Raleigh by Repair Guy. Yeah, it's all right. You know, some things, Raleigh, I just say it is what it is. It is what it is. Sorry, I'm just waiting for some people to pop on off the trail. Just when I pop on in, 4 people pop on off and a few others pop on in. So it's like it's difficult for me to come on in, and especially when there are kids. You know, I don't want to get them on camera. All right, I think we're good to go now. I thought we were good to go now, but we're not. Let's go. All right. So I hope you're all having a good one. Let me just pull on over here and let some people pass because I'm going to go a little bit slower. Yeah, it's been an interesting day, Raleigh. Good day, not a bad day, but could be better in certain aspects. Everything between myself and Dawn and my family and all that is all good. But you know, Raleigh, sometimes you can't control things pretty much outside of your own household or maybe even your family. Like between your immediate family and maybe a little bit of your extended family and your significant other, you can control certain things and keep things cool and calm. But outside of that, you can't control what people do. And this goes hand in hand with the topic here today, because there are so many fucking miserable people on this planet. And a lot of them are out here on YouTube. And I'm not just talking about the people on YouTube. I'm talking about, people in general, even in the real world. And, what I've seen lately, online and offline, in how certain people treat others, it's just asinine to me. It breaks my heart. It really makes me just, I don't know. I don't even know how to feel about it, to be honest with you. Like, I'm at a loss for words. And, it's interesting that people that are fucking miserable, whether it's online or offline, their key specialty, like I've always said, is projecting their misery or their insecurities onto others they perceive to be better than them or wish they could be like, right? Or wish they could be in the position that they're in or whatever, right? It's like it's a jealousy and obsession in some cases. And, what miserable people do, furthermore, is they try to blame shift things onto the happy people like me. Like, for example, out here on YouTube, and I know a lot of this is fake stuff, but this is just for example, out here on YouTube and social media, people will just trash talk people just for clicks and views, right? And they'll make up the most crazy shit, or they'll take things way out of context, right? And I've learned to deal with it, but it's like, wow, man. It's like, some people just never fucking stop. They don't. They just don't stop, right? And I'm not here to tell anyone to stop doing anything. What I'm here to say is that you are fucking miserable. And you need to get a grip on your life. And you need to look at yourself in the mirror and ask yourself, what's your problem? What's your problem actually? What are you struggling with? Because I can tell you, I'm not your fucking problem. I'm not. I am definitely not your problem at all. Right? Now, in the real world, I'm not going to go into too much detail, but people like to guess things about me out here on YouTube, right? And you can guess whatever the fuck you want to guess. I don't give a shit what you guess, or what you lie about, or what you stretch the truth about, or whatever, right? I don't give a fuck. I don't. But I'm dealing with some stuff in the real world. It has nothing to do with my girlfriend, Dawn. My girlfriend, Dawn, is amazing. She's a wonderful woman that has been through a lot of trauma in life. That's not her fault. You cannot blame any fucking human being for going through trauma. It is not their fault. If someone has been traumatized, it's because someone has done them wrong, or multiple people have done them wrong, right? And there are a lot of things that my girlfriend, Dawn, has experienced all her life. And it stems to her very younger days. And that's as far as I'm going to go. If you want to try to fill in the blanks or make shit up or stretch the truth or whatever, be my fucking guest. I don't give a shit. I don't. If I went through 1/3 of what Dawn has gone through, I'd be fucking traumatized. And I'm a dude. Right? So I will not let anyone discredit my woman and what she's been through or question her integrity. Has she made mistakes? Sure. Have I made mistakes? Sure. But we've made honest mistakes. Nothing like people have said about us. Right? And of course, people, talk about us and stretch shit because they have an audience of people that enjoy that shit. There's a reason for everything, right? But the point of this show is to come out here and say that being miserable is a choice. Okay? There are many people online and offline that are choosing to be miserable, and it is a choice. It's a choice that you're making. It's a choice that you're choosing to make for whatever reason. Maybe you're also dealing with some past trauma like my girlfriend Dawn. I'm only going to do 3 miles today. I'm not going to go all the way. I'm going to go to the point of where the trail turns right to go to the observation deck and just turn around. I don't have a lot of time. The sun's starting to go down. So you're choosing to be miserable, right? For whatever reason. And because there are so many people that are miserable in this world, and now there's social media where these miserable fucks can conglomerate, right? It allows them to amplify their misery and connect with other similar miserable fucking people. And they're all patting each other on the back within their fucking misery. And further enabling their misery and basically telling each other that it's okay to be fucking miserable. No, it's not. It is not okay to be miserable. It is not okay to be miserable. Hey, Revelations, how you doing, man? Welcome to the show. And then when you get a group of miserable fucking people that are accepting each other as miserable fucks, right? And again, patting each other on the back and basically telling each other that, hey, we are normal people to be miserable. No, you're not. Misery is not normal. There's nothing normal about misery. Being in a miserable state is another form of depression. It's basically you're fucking depressed. Right? And instead of coming out and saying, I'm depressed, you try to hide your depression by attacking other people. And saying stupid shit to people, whether it's online or offline, right? That's what miserable, depressed people do. And they never own up to their own actions. They never accept responsibility for anything. And then they flip it on the good people like me And they say, oh, Eli never accepts responsibility. Oh, Eli, never takes ownership of it. No, no, no. You're just projecting, and you are. You are projecting. You're a massive projector. It is not okay to be miserable. Anyone that's telling you that, or anyone that you're friends with that accepts your misery and brings more misery into your life because they're miserable too, anyone that tells you that's okay, they got problems too. Hello, Revelations. Says Bayou Repair Guy. Hi, Bayou. I agree with the Elias' Revelation. More specific revelations. Are you talking about misery attracts company? Like miserable people attract each other, right? And happy people attract each other. The problem with miserable people attracting other miserable people, it further enables their fucking misery. And it further enables their shitty, piss-poor behavior. We should be happy, right? Absolutely, we should be happy. Let me pull on over to the side here real quick. There's somebody coming. Look at that sun. It's an absolutely gorgeous day out here. Dawn wants some nice quality soup today. I was gonna make it for her, but it's been a long day. We've had a lot to do, and some other things transpired that I'm not going to talk about. I don't have to talk about it. If you want to fill in the blanks, and people that want to try to fill in the blanks for what I'm not saying, do what you got to do. Nothing new. It's all good, not a big deal. Oh, and by the way, let me make something very clear here. Okay? I'm only mentioning this because, well, I changed my mind. Sometimes I catch myself before I say something I'm going to regret. I thought about that and I'm like, you know what? Nah, don't need to say that. There's a better way to handle certain things, and that's keeping your mouth shut, right? And you don't always have to share everything. Now, the thing is, Dawn and I, we love being fully transparent with people. But there's even a point of where fully transparent people can say too much, even online. And so we can still be fully transparent and selectively share certain things that will bring value to our audience and won't put too much out there that could affect us in other ways. Buy your repair guy. Order some DoorDash, LOL? No thanks. I'll go pick it up, bro. We cook most meals to try to save money on feeding a house of five, says buy your repair guy. I hear you. Food is so expensive now. It's best to stick on topic. I agree with you, Eli. Yeah, and that's exactly what I'm doing, Raleigh. I mean, look, Raleigh, here's the thing. I've experienced a lot of things on this platform and off this platform. And some of the best examples of what I've been through are on this platform. That doesn't mean I'm feeding into anything. That doesn't mean I'm talking about anyone specific. I'm just, putting it out there and saying, hey, there are people that will do reaction videos and take what you say way out of context, or make shit up, or if you don't say something, they'll try to fill in and say, oh, this is what Eli means, right? Just to get more views and donations from an audience that likes that type of content, right? And this is all part of the topic. This is a pretty damn good topic, you know? Because, you know, one of the biggest things that affects people from reaching any goal personally or professionally is struggling with misery. If you're miserable inside and you stay miserable, that's one of the most unattractive qualities of any human being, male or female. I don't care if you're a man or a woman. If you're miserable, no one's going to want to be around you. Except other miserable people. And why would you want to associate with other miserable people that are only going to make you more fucking miserable than you already are? That's an honest and fair question. It's an honest and fair fucking question. It is. It's a very relevant topic. I guess you could say it is, Raleigh. It's a very relevant topic. So true, says Revelations. Yep. You know, folks, I've always clearly stated how I feel about things based on my personal experiences. A lot of things that I talk about are things that have happened throughout that current day or the last few days or within the week. And that's what I provide here along with my girlfriend, Dawn. By the way, I was going to do an in-studio stream on the GNA2 Genuine Live Personal Development channel, the other channel, the live streaming channel. Well, sorry, this one. No. I am on GNA2. God, sorry, I'm confused here. I'm confusing myself. I was going to do a live stream from the studio on the main channel, GNA Genuine Personal Development. Link below in the description. And I just had other things come up. You know, Dawn and I had some other things to deal with. And so we kind of, we actually shifted gears. But Dawn and I were talking, and, you know, more than likely, starting next week, Dawn is going to start doing more consistent content on the platform here with me. We're going to bring back the On the Couch with Dawn and Eli. Now, that's pending if she's, you know, she's been feeling a lot better. She's been recovering from a bunch of health issues that many of you that have been following us for a while already know. And if things continue to trend positively like they have been, then starting next week, we'll start doing those shows again. And most of them will be members only at the $4.99 level while they're live, and the replays of the members only live streams and other members only pre-recorded content that we may end up doing here on this channel, GNA2, are going to be at the $9.99 level. Now, another thing that I want to share with my audience, we've shared it before, I'll share it again. You know, there are times where Dawn takes breaks off of YouTube. You know, we'll do shows for a little while and then she'll take a month off. It all depends on how many doctor's appointments she has and other things that she's dealing with at that time. If Dawn takes a month or two off, that doesn't mean something wrong is happening. That doesn't mean that, you know, there's anything wrong. We want to make that very, very clear to our audience that Dawn comes and goes as she wishes. Now we are trying to, get something going more consistent. But until we completely figure out all of our health issues, and we're getting there, there may be times that she's not actively doing content with me for a month or two at a time. And some miserable fucking people on the platform that pretend to give a shit about her use that as content and threaten to make wellness checks for their content. Pretty fucking pathetic, right? I don't mind talking about that. I think it's stupid, right? So I just want to make it very clear that Dawn is going to come and go as she wishes. And if she's not doing a show for a while, it doesn't mean there's something wrong. That's it. There's never been anything wrong. She's never been in harm at all. And here's the thing. I'll mention this once again. To anyone that's questioning whether Dawn is safe or not any time, just know that Dawn talks with Tia, Senator Palacio, and Queen Helen Casey daily through Facebook Messenger. So here's the thing. You could always reach out to those ladies and ask them how Dawn is doing. There are ways you can call. You can reach out to Dawn. You folks have Dawn's phone number. You can call Dawn on her phone. You can text Dawn. Now, I know you really don't give a shit and you're just using Dawn and I for content, but the point I'm trying to make here is that if you really cared about Dawn's well-being, instead of threatening to make a wellness check, pick up your goddamn phone and call one of us. Send us an email. Send us a messenger on Facebook or something. Or ask someone else that communicates with Dawn regularly. But we all know that you don't give a shit and it's all about content. That's it. It's all about content and feeding the audience what they want. Which is fucking pathetic. It is. It's all good. Whatever. It's all good. It's all good. But Dawn will be doing more content with me. Right? And Dawn, Dawn and I both have just accepted everything that comes along with being YouTubers with a grain of salt. That's it. Jerks do that wellness checks. Well, here's the thing, Revelations. When people make community postings threatening a wellness check, if your girlfriend doesn't appear live in a certain amount of time, they don't give a shit about your girl. They care about you reacting and giving them content to feed their audience. That's all it boils down to. Whatever, so be it, right? Like the stream, please, says Raleigh. So be it, right? But Dawn and I understand that. I understand that. Dawn understands that now. She didn't initially, because no one understands why people do certain things like that on YouTube. Unless you've been a YouTuber for a while and you understand that some people create that type of cringy content, right? For entertainment purposes, right? There's nothing entertaining about threatening a welfare check or wellness check on someone that is not in harm, right? When you have so many other options to verify their safety instead of calling the cops. You want to call the cops because you want to use that as content and try to paint Eli as a bad guy that isn't the fucking bad guy at all. It's ridiculous. Right? Yeah, I wanted to put that out there because I've not been paying attention to much drama stuff because I have everyone blocked. But every now and then things slip through the cracks, and then it's like whatever, right? Let's use it for example purposes, and then move on, right? You're not a bad guy, Eli. You're a nice guy. I don't know if I call myself a nice guy, dude. I'd say probably a good guy. The nice guy finished last. Stereotype, right? I know what you meant, though, bro. I know what you meant. It's all good. I have my moments too, dude. We all do. We all have our moments, right? I'm not perfect. I'm far from it. I made a lot of mistakes in my life, and I've learned from those mistakes. And sometimes I keep making mistakes, man. We all make mistakes. But it's how we handle making those mistakes, and what do we learn from making those mistakes, right? So for me, when I'm getting to know new people, before I bring them into my circle of friends or contacts, professionally or personally, right? I get to know people because I'm looking to see, are they a happy, stable person, or are they a miserable fucking clown? Or are they just someone looking for sympathy, right? Now, in some cases, sympathy is warranted, but most of these people that are miserable people, they're choosing to be miserable for whatever reason. Maybe they didn't get enough strokes as a kid. Maybe they're dealing with some trauma or whatever, right? See, here's the thing. Dawn is dealing with a shit ton of trauma from her past, right? Right? But even Dawn doesn't play the misery card. Dawn is hard on herself. Dawn does not project. This is the thing I love about Dawn so much. This is what I love about Dawn. This is why I'm with her. Because she does not project her insecurities onto other people. She's unhappy about certain things, but she takes it out on herself, which still isn't that good. I'm the same way. Don't get me wrong. I'm the same way. It's not good. You got to be able to talk about things and work things out. And yes, she does that with her therapists and all that, right? Therapists and psychologists. But the thing I love and respect about Dawn so much is that she does not project any misery or insecurities on other people. She basically figures it out through herself, and at times she'll talk with me about it. She doesn't really like to talk about that stuff. No woman really does. But it is important to talk about it because, you got to be open with your partner. You both need to be open with each other, right? But Dawn would never, ever do to anyone on this platform here what some people have done to her and to I, right? Just for example purposes. I'm turning around because I only have enough time to do 3 miles today instead of 3.5 miles. Sorry, folks. Give me a second here. I'm going to answer your question. I did remove you because you are trolling. But you ask a pretty interesting question that I will answer. You're saying someone famous once said, you cannot be a good man unless you're a dangerous man. I don't agree with that statement. Because when you're calling a man dangerous, a woman dangerous, any human being dangerous, you're basically saying that these are people that would harm others physically for no reason, just for the fact that they're dangerous, right? I don't agree with that. What I think they're trying to imply, more so, is that a man, a good man, a real man is a man that takes good risks. You've got to take certain risks to get ahead in any aspect of life. A good man is going to protect his family, his wife or girlfriend in my case, any kids they may have, anything else, that needs to be protected. A good man will protect his family, right, from all evil, right? That doesn't make a man dangerous. That makes him a man that is not a chicken, that is not scared to do what's right to protect his family, right? I think we need to learn how to better phrase things or state things, because the words that we choose have different meanings. And using the wrong words, even by mistake, can be misperceived by people and taken out of context. The one thing I've learned, I've been on the internet for forever, right? But the one thing I've learned being a YouTuber or a content creator on YouTube for the last 6.5 years, what I've learned over the last 6.5 years that I didn't know before on social media is that people on the internet will always, not always, but many of them will usually or always take things way out of context, purposefully, for attention and views, subscribers, donations, whatever, right? People stretch the truth. I'll tell you this. There's a channel I've been following for a while called The Quartering, run by a guy named Jeremy. In the past, I've said, I really like Jeremy. He's honest. He has great stories, and he shares stories that aren't overly covered by the mainstream media or others, right? And then he makes updates on the same videos. Like, he's been talking about Mr. Beast being in trouble for the last 2 weeks now. Mr. Beast is in big trouble. Mr. Beast tomorrow, he'll put Mr. Beast is in super trouble today. And then the next day, Mr. Beast is about to really, really get it today, right? How many different fucking ways can you say the same thing, right? And I'm starting to even realize people I've been following for years out here, like Jeremy from the Quartering. Dude, all you do is regurgitate the same shit and amp it up to make it seem worse than it is, so people click on your videos and you make ad revenue. Which, okay, I understand. You got to get money, you got to make money, and get paid, right? But that just proves my point. When you have a real guy like me that just wants to come out here and help people, it's hard for people to believe I'm real and being genuine because there's so much fake shit out here. There's so much exaggerated stuff. There's so much taken out of context to the point of where even if I come out and say, hey, look, this is who I really am, this is how I really feel, I'm not exaggerating anything. I'm calling it as I see it. Oh, that's what every YouTuber says, but everyone, takes things out of context out here. Well, you're right about that for the most part. But I'm exempt from that rule because I choose to be. And whether you believe me or not, it's up to you. That's why I do these shows, because I'm out here trying to make a big difference and make things more positive and real, even out here on YouTube. YouTube is the largest social media and video and media company in the world. They're the largest. And now I'm hearing from Jeremy at the Quartering that Google and YouTube are trying to be separated, I think, by the FTC or somebody. They're trying to separate them because they're saying they're a monopoly. Well, that may be true, but they earned the right to be that monopoly. They created this platform. They made the internet what it is today. Google and YouTube, well, which, Google owned by Alphabet Inc. Google buying YouTube was a phenomenal thing. No one else could have saved YouTube besides Google. And look what they turned it into. And look what it's done for so many people. We all use YouTube to find information regarding anything. How-to videos, how to fix things, beauty products, camera reviews, other product reviews. People come out here for their personal development. People get music out here. People get everything on YouTube. And so what if Google wants to take advantage of owning YouTube and having like 90+% of the internet traffic go their way? They created the products that deserve that kind of traffic. What I can't stand is people that are jealous and try to tear up or tear apart or take down other people or companies that have a good idea and are doing something good and it's making progress. Because I've been dealing with that for the longest time. Google and YouTube are dealing with that, and they've been dealing with that for the longest time. We've been talking about, people that are miserable, are choosing to be miserable. It's a choice. Okay? People that are miserable by choice. You have the choice to not be miserable. How about instead of being miserable, start to become more appreciative of what other people have done for you to make your life easier or better? I love Google and YouTube. Are they a monopoly? Yeah, probably so. But do I care? No. Do I feel they've earned the right to be the monopoly? Yeah, because there's nothing like it. I don't even go on Yahoo anymore. Or every now and then I might go on Bing, very rarely, when I'm trying to find information about past YouTube channels that have been removed, because once a channel gets removed from YouTube, it also gets removed from Google search because they're owned by each other, right? Or Google owns YouTube, right? So you go to Bing and it still keeps a static copy for a while. You just type in the former channel name and it'll give you a link, and then it'll give you the reason why the channel was terminated. But if something is useful to me, monopoly or not, I embrace it. You see, I've been one of the few people on this platform here that very rarely has trash talked YouTube. Now, at one time I trash talked them when they changed their monetization rules, like 6 years ago. When they changed it from only needing 10,000 views to qualify to needing 4,000 watch hours and 1,000 subscribers. Now you have early access to fan funding now at 500 subscribers and 3,000 watch hours, or you can also have 3 million short views, or for early access, or 10 million short views for early access instead of the subscribers. But you still need. Sorry, is it the subscribers? No, it's the instead of the watch time, you can go with the short views. The subscribers, you still need 500 or 1,000. So I was upset about them for a little while regarding that, because they removed me from the partner program because they gave us 30 days to qualify under new terms. And even though I did qualify on the last day, their system doesn't update for a few days, so they removed me and put me in an endless loop of re-review, to the point of I just shut down my channel because my girlfriend at the time and we split up, and we were running that channel together at times. And then a few months after I shut the channel down, I came back and been monetized on both channels for years. But besides that, I've never trash talked YouTube or Google, really. What I've said is, yeah, they need to do a better job of taking care of bullying and harassment and removing bad actors on YouTube, and they've done that. They've done that. Sometimes it takes a little while, but eventually they do take these people down. I've noticed they've taken a stronger stance against bad actors on YouTube and bullying and harassment and hateful and abusive content. All right. It's a really nice night. I'll tell you, folks, you get out there and take a walk every day, or at least every other day. Try to do a walk every day if you can, at least a mile or so. You do it primarily for fitness and health, but also you kick in those endorphins, the feel-good hormone, and it relieves a lot of stress. All right. We're at 49 minutes. That's not bad. We're making good timing. Making really good timing today. I just want to get back home and first get my lady some food, get my lady and I some food, and then get back home and just spend some time with her. I love my woman so much. Like, I've never met a woman as strong as Dawn, and she's gone through a lot. And she's not perfect. She knows it. I know it. I'm not perfect, and she knows it, and I know it. Dawn and I are not perfect. By far, we're not perfect. We're not trying to be perfect. But we're perfect for each other. We understand each other, and we love and respect each other. And that's important to make any relationship work. Okay? I just want to be there for her because the amount of bullshit that woman's dealt with all her life is uncalled for. Now, look, Dawn has come out to me and said, look, I've made mistakes. And hey, you know what? We can't blame everyone for everything. And it's not even about blaming people for anything. It's about things happen in life that are out of your control. Other people do you wrong, whether you blame them or not. The actions that other people take towards you are going to affect you mentally, emotionally, spiritually, physically, etc. Especially if it's your family, right? And I'll tell you folks this, okay? When you're, look, I've never had kids. So I'm only speaking on this aspect from what I've seen and from what my mother, or how my mother has handled things with my brother and I. Okay? My mother is an incredible woman. And I respect her at the same level as my father. God rest my father's soul. But if there's one thing that really bothers me about parents out there, is a lot of them, once their kids turn 18, they're like, there's the door. Go figure it the fuck out. And don't come back here. Come back to visit for holidays and stuff, but don't come back here if you can't afford to pay your own way, or if something goes wrong. Now, I'd like to think that most parents love their kids even when they get older. And at any age, if their kids got in trouble financially or in any way, they would help them out. A lot of parents are like that. There's nothing wrong with that. And just because, parents may help out their kids even as they get older during a rough time doesn't mean you're enabling them to, you're enabling them to take advantage of you. You got to say, hey, look, come back here for 6 months or a year. We'll let you stay at a reduced rent, or we'll let you stay rent-free. And then in 1 year, you save up enough money, or get another job, save up enough money, and you can get your own place again, or buy a house or something, right? Nothing wrong with that. But there are also a lot of parents that, like I said initially, they won't help their kids as they get older. And that really bothers me because, if you have kids, this is my opinion because I've never had kids, but if I had kids, I would never stop loving my kids, no matter how old they got. And if they needed help at any age and I can help them, I would. Well, I'll tell you this, I saw many of my friends as I was growing up. I saw many of my friends deal with parents that weren't as supportive. And once they were 18, they were out. And they had nothing to fall back on. You're good, man. What do you mean by that, bro? Thank you, man. Thank you, man. I'm just trying to keep it real, brother. I've seen many of my friends, go through depression and stuff. And I'm not talking about Don right now. I'm talking about other people that I grew up with in my younger days. When they turned 18, they were out the door. I was still living at home for a few years after that. So was my brother. We didn't leave the nest right at 18. It was in our 20s. But some parents will say, 18 in one day, get the fuck out, right? Go figure it out. And like I've been saying in the past, nowadays I don't think people mature until their late 20s or early 30s now. In some cases into their 40s. I firmly believe that men and women nowadays, because of the way this modern world is, don't start to really truly mature as adults until their late 20s and early 30s, and don't become typically fully mature until they reach their early 40s. And I've seen that happen out here on YouTube. I've seen creators that I met in their early 30s on this platform that are behaving one way, and there's many of them that are behaving one way in their 30s, but now as they reach closer to their 40s, they're starting to simmer down a bit. It's interesting. It's very interesting. And it's because, in my opinion, it's because that's the way this modern world is nowadays. It takes people a lot longer to learn responsibility. We're spoiled with these smartphones, right? And there's so many options for people to choose as their career, even temporarily, because of the internet. Like a lot of women are doing OnlyFans when they're their hottest in their 20s. They do that for 10 years. And then, boom, they're out of business because once the woman turns 30, these guys want to start, paying the 20-year-olds again. So these women waste their 20s doing that. They make a whole lot of money. Now they can't make that money anymore. And they're like, oh, what do I do now? Any job I do now is not going to pay me nearly as much as what I made to show my goods. And I'm going to have to work, 10 times the hours I was working. I could work a couple hours a night and make $1,000 a night. I'd have to work 40 hours to make maybe $1,000 or $2,000 a week, depending on my salary, right? On average, right? So the way this world is, because of the internet and all that, has really, really affected our personal maturity. It's affected, us by taking us longer to mature and grow. Sandra Palacio. Hi, Eli. Hi, everyone listening while driving. Hey, Sandra. How you doing? It's been a great show. It's been a great show. Thank you so much for being here, Sandra. I hope your Sunday's going well. Yeah, I heard your message earlier today on Facebook. So you and the ladies, I think you're going to have a conference call tomorrow Now that we know you're not available really on the weekends, so. And if it is tomorrow, I might join you ladies for just a little bit. I'll be in touch. Okay. Yeah, no worries, Sandra. Keep your eyes on the road. It's all good. I get it. It's all good. Thank you for stopping by. That means a lot. Tia's probably busy tonight or probably sleeping, or who knows. Maybe she's listening and not typing, or she'll catch the replay. I hope you're doing well, Tia, and thank you for all of your support. King Cole with the $3.99 super chat. Good man. Oh, God. Oh, brother, how you doing, man? That's interesting you're coming in on that account. Aren't you here on your ODN account, King Cole? Thank you for your $3.99 super chat. That's from the iPhone. The 99-cent thing is an iPhone thing. I know I have an iPhone. I hope you've enjoyed the show, brother. It's been a nice walk today. Only doing 3 miles instead of 3.5 because I came out here pretty late. It's sun's starting to go down. The sun's setting now around like 7:45 or 7:50. So I got to start getting on these walks earlier. I'm just chilling. I'm a golden boy. Well, whatever floats your boat, brother. And yeah, your streams lately, dude, I'm trying to catch them when they're live. I have the notifications on ODN. I always have for you, even during the times when I didn't talk. But I've been able to catch a lot of them lately, and yeah, dude. I mean, I'll just say this. You're right about everything. You are right about everything. But you have to understand, ODN, that, you know, some people's content is based off of fake instigated drama. And it's also based off of, you know, exaggerating things. And taking things out of context and presenting them to the audience in a way that's going to get them to tune in and donate, right? My Online 365. Hey, thank you so much for still being a member. Hey, by the way, more members-only live streams are coming back more than likely next week with Don and I on the couch of Don and Eli. It's going to be coming back. I was talking with Don about that earlier. So, yeah, for those of you that are still members, keep that membership if you can and you'd like. And if you're not a member anymore, continue signing up at the very least at the $4.99 level, which will get you the live streams, the members only live streams while they're live. But if you want to get the replays to the current members only live stream or any past members only live stream or any members only pre-recorded content we may end up doing here, you'll need to have at least a $9.99 package. I believe My Online 365 has a $9.99 membership. Thank you so much for that, My Online 365. Thank you so much for your continued support. Respect from Don and I. Whew, I'm getting hungry. I just took off my shades. No problem, thanks. You're very welcome. You're very welcome. Thank you again, ODN, for your $3.99 super chat. And thank you for actually paying respect on your stream, ODN. You said some nice things. You know, I've always been truthful about, I've never worked with any, drama people or drama groups. I've never been paid to create fake instigated drama ever. But I've always understood why you or anyone else would think that, because, when people stir up the pot so much, when people twist and turn things, what are people supposed to think? Right? I get it, dude. No problem. I'm going to be a millionaire in about 3 years, probably. Well, God bless you, dude. Whatever the hell you're doing. That's awesome, dude. I actually believe you, dude. You know why? Because you've always been very reasonable with me, dude. Here's the thing, dude. And I say this respectfully, because my woman smokes weed too. Like, you smoke the 420, the chronic, the ganja, the weed, however you want to say it, right? There's many ways to say that, right? You smoke a lot like my woman, but you even yourself in there, you're like, oh, I probably smoke more than her, broski. I probably smoke more than her, right? I could probably believe that, but Don will give you a good run for your money on the 420, bro. But even with all the 420 you've smoked, bro, you've always been very reasonable, much more reasonable to me than most other people I can say that I've encountered out here on YouTube. And I really appreciate that, man. I really do. We're at 67 minutes, an hour and 7 minutes. That was a pretty quick 3 miles. I did 3 miles in about like 20 minutes a mile. Not bad. A lot of people are coming out later on in the evening. The feeling is mutual, broski. Thank you. Revelations, good to see you, Eli, and everyone. Good night. See you again soon. Thank you, Revelations. Appreciate you, man. I'll probably end up moderating you soon, bro, because you've been very nice. Okay. Folks, get your, you're welcome, Revelations. You're welcome. Don't worry about it, homie. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I appreciate that, man. Yeah, ODN, like, after a while, man, things it just gets old, dude, Same old shit, right? Man, it's the miserable people that get stuck in a rut, right? It's another topic I'll be doing soon. I've done it before in the past, but I've got some great stuff to talk about regarding being stuck in a rut. I'm going to do that from the studio. I might do that tomorrow from the studio, tomorrow morning. That will be on the main channel. I'm doing studio streams, if you folks don't know, on the main channel for the time being. The other channel, GNA, Genuine Personal Development, links below in the description. It's a channel that used to be called Coach Elias Melas. Typically the pre-recorded stuff goes there, but I'm doing live streams for the time being because I got to get more content on there so I don't get removed from the YouTube partner program. I've already done 2 live streams there this past week. And I was going to do a third one today, but I'll probably do it tomorrow. So, and I've done community postings, which counts as being active, but I don't want to take any chances. Before I did that first live stream on that channel the other day, I hadn't done any content, any video content on that channel in 4 months. So I still had a 2-month window, technically, and I believe if you make a community posting, that resets the clock. But again, I don't want to take that chance. Plus, I want to keep my watch time high on that channel too. So I'll just create streams from the studio there for a month and a half, build up 4,000 watch hours in the previous 12 months, and then reset that clock. And then hopefully by that point, I'll have time to do pre-recorded videos on the main channel and then just put all the lives here, including the in-studio ones, back over here. So, but yeah, make sure you subscribe to both channels, folks. Links are below in the description. If you're here in the live chat or on the replay, Nightbot sharing the link every 7 minutes to the other channel. That link is the old link, and it still says Coach Elias Melas, but it still works. So until I change that, just use those links. It'll still take you there to the channel now called GNA, Genuine Personal Development. All right, folks. Thank you again to ODN for the $3.99 super chat. Thank you to Santa Palacio for stopping by. Hope you're traveling home safely. Drive safely. Thank you to Revelations and everyone else that was watching behind the scenes. And lots of love to my girlfriend, Dawn. It's all good. That being said, folks, have a good one. Take care. And as always, be good to each other.